What an extraordinary moment in time this is. Some of us have been waiting, 4 years for this day, January 20, 2025, to see Donald Trump be sworn in as the 47th President of the United States.
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute the office of President of the United States.
The office of President of the United States.
Congratulations, Mr. President.
We'll get into all the action in just a moment, but remember, it was only 6 months ago that Donald Trump was nearly killed on stage. Fight, fight, fight. That is what America did. And can you imagine the very different world and different reality we'd be experiencing today if Donald Trump didn't turn his head in that miraculous moment? But here we are, America. It's been a long time coming. You've not only got your much preferred president back, you've got a real president again, not a puppet. We know who's calling the shots. And in Donald Trump, you've got a once-in-a-generation kind of leader, and the world is already starting to change.
My proudest legacy will be that of a peacemaker and unifier. That's what I want to be, a peacemaker and a unifier. I'm pleased to say that as of yesterday, one day before I assumed office, the hostages in the Middle East are coming back home to their families.
And he deserves the credit for that. Yesterday, we witnessed 3 hostages, Romy Gonen, Emmeline Damari and Doron Steinbecker, who were held in captivity for 15 months by Hamas terrorists, finally reunite with their loved ones. Now, this deal was done largely because of Donald Trump and his envoy to the Middle East, Steve Witkoff. Now, providing that all phases of the ceasefire deal between Israel and Hamas hold, every hostage will be returned. Now, today, we also say goodbye to Joe Biden and Kamala Harris and their disastrous administration. And in a move that really says so much about Joe Biden's integrity, his final act was issuing unprecedented preemptive pardons for his entire family. And former COVID advisor Anthony Fauci, retired General Mark Milley, and the politicians on the January 6th committee, which probed Trump's role in the insurrection. Now, of course, Joe Biden insists that these people have all done nothing wrong and there's nothing to see here. Well, look at Joe Biden in 2020, lying with a straight face, saying he would never, ever issue preemptive pardons.
President Trump is reportedly considering a wave of preemptive pardons. Does this concern you? All these preemptive pardons?
Well, it concerns me in terms of what kind of precedent it sets and how the rest of the world looks at us as a nation of laws and justice. You're not going to see in our administration that kind of approach to pardons.
We have had years of this, years of Americans being lied to and gaslit by this weak, corrupt man, and it still makes me angry. Good riddance, Joe Biden. If it wasn't obvious already, he's made it glaringly obvious today that he's been one of the worst leaders in history, putting his personal interests ahead of the American people. And his so-called leadership has been an embarrassment on the global stage. Today, we say goodbye to Kamala Harris, the woman who has been complicit in the cover-up of Biden's cognitive decline and who was responsible for the crisis at the southern border. Now America has a much stronger Vice President in J.D. Vance, who's been sworn in as the 50th Vice President of the United States.
And that I will well and faithfully discharge.
And that I will well and faithfully discharge.
The duties of the office.
The duties of the office.
On which I am about to enter.
On which I am about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Mr. Vice President.
Trump is wasting no time signing executive orders, including a crackdown on undocumented migrants, tariffs, and rewriting government policies on gender. And Donald Trump's right-hand man, Elon Musk, brought a whole lot of energy to the inauguration, claiming he's going to take Doge to Mars.
And we're going to take Doge to Mars. I mean, can you imagine how awesome it will be to have American astronauts plant the flag on another planet for the first time? Yeah! How inspiring would that be?